Python global, local and non-local variables. So that means the variable, depending upon the scope, we shall call it as a global variable, local variable and non-local variable. So let us discuss them one by one. So at first we are going for the global variables. A variable which is declared outside of the function or in global scope is known as the global variable. This means that the global variable can be accessed inside or outside of the function. So that very variable can be accessed within the function or from outside of the function because it is under the global scope. Local variables, a variable which is defined or declared inside the function's body, that means within the function body we have defined one variable, or in the local scope is called the local variable. That means within the function body the variable has got defined, or in the local scope, then the variable will be known as the local variable. So in case of global variable, the variable will be defined or will be declared outside of the function in the global scope. In case of local variables, the variable will be defined or will be declared within the function or in the local scope. What about in that case non-local variables? Non-local variables are used in nested function whose local scope is not defined. So that means within the nested functions we are defining or we are using one variable which is not locally defined within the function itself. This means that the variable can be neither in the local nor in the global scope. So those variables will be known as non-local variables. I think the conception is not getting clear to us. So let us go for one practical demonstration for the better understanding.
In this example, we have defined one x which has been defined outside of the function1. So it is a global variable x and which is containing the string global here. So here within the function1 we have defined this global x, that means we are referring to the same x variable here. Y is having the scope local and it has got initialized with the local string. X is equal to x start 2. So x is having the string global. Start 2 means this global will be repeated twice. The string will become global and that will be assigned to the x back again. We are going to print the value of x and y respectively. So now we are calling this function 1, but before calling this function 1 and after calling this function 1, we are also printing the value of x here. So here is the outcome. You can easily find that initially that means before calling this function 1, the global x is having the value global. Within the function, when it is printing x, it is printing global. When it is printing y, it is printing local. And whenever you are printing this global x back again after execution of this function 1, we are getting this one as global. Because this particular variable x is having it has been defined with the global keyword, that means it is referring to the same x, that is a global variable defined outside of the function 1. So let us go for another example, that is the global and local variable with the same name. Here you can find that a is equal to 5 is a global variable defined before the function 2, and here we are defining another variable a with the same name, but here it is having a local scope. So local variables are accessed from the block where it is defined only. So here we have written this a is equal to 10. So print local a. If I print this value of a, I shall be getting 10 here. So before calling this function 2, I'm just printing the value of a, that is a global a. I'm expecting here the value of a will get printed as 5, and after this function 2 calling, if I print the value of a, that is a global a, I'm supposed to get the value 5 here back again. But within this particular function 2, when I shall print this local a, I'm supposed to get the value as 10. So according to our expectation, we are getting the outcome as well. Let us go for another one where we will be creating and using non-local variables. So where here we have defined one function. Within the function, one variable is defined. This variable is local within the function itself. That means this variable is having the scope within the function itself. So now here we are having a nested function. So within the nested function, the name of the function is inner. We are supposed to define non-local variables. So here you can find that we have defined non-local x. That means we are referring the same x which is defined here because it is non-local here. So x has got updated, and from the inner method we are printing the value of x. So we are expecting that x will get printed as non-local. We're executing this inner method, so this code will get executed. X will get updated with the new string, that is the non-local. So after executing this inner method, if I print this X, so you are expecting that we are supposed to get non-local here, and here we are executing the outer method after completion of the definition of the outer function here. So inner non-local, so from here when we are printing the value of X, so X has got just initialized with the string non-local, so inner colon non-local is coming, but as X is a non-local variable, so as a result of that, this X will also get updated with the string non-local. So as a result of that, this outer colon X will also print non-local here. But in that same code, if I make this line, only if I make this one line under comment, then we are having this one as X is equal to non-local. So as this particular variable has got defined not without the non-local keyword, so as a result of that, its scope will be local within the inner method only. So that's why it will not update this global X, it will just update the local X only within this inner method. So what will happen? Inner will print non-local from the inner, but when you will be printing this outer colon X, it will print the string local back again. You can find that it is printing non-local and local. So in this video, we have discussed what is non-local variable, what is global variable, how to define non-local variable, how to define global variable into details and with demonstration. Thanks for watching this video.